It's Sunday, October 3rd. I'm a day late for my Fireside Chat. I wasn't feeling the greatest last night, so I decided to wait a day. I tried to have this in the tripod and shooting it from there and just focused on the fire. Only problem is the tripod fell over, so I'm holding the camera. I'll probably move it around some. So, let's see, first things first. Of course, since I've got the mower working now, this week I was actually able to collect the manure and spread it. What I did, since there was no way I could tell where I had left off, I decided I was just going to start at the middle of the field. So I figured out where the middle was at the far end, marked it, and drove straight towards it. And when I got to a certain point, I stopped the manure spreader and then turned around going the other way and turned it back on. And I'll have to do that next 2-3 times that I spread as well until I get enough to where I can go completely around without having to swing real wide or have manure where I don't want it. So another thing I did, the mower that I had out here was not the mower that belongs out here. The mower that was out here is actually my husband's mower. My mower I had a problem with last year. I couldn't start it. It was not fun getting it back to the house. Had to take and find something to use for a ramp, since the horse trailer I have out here is a step up, and I had to push it onto the trailer and then push it off. And my husband got it running, and then of course I was in my accident and didn't have a truck, so I couldn't get it out here. I'd already taken his mower out, so it stayed. So on Saturday, I loaded up the other mower in the horse trailer. I went over to my dad's with it, mowed his lawn, which desperately needed it, and then went to the house, and when I came back out, I swapped the mowers, so I have my mower out. Now, let's see, Gidget I had to leave locked up in her pen for a few days. I was not very happy about it. She was in heat, and the owner has a buck, and he is just running loose. And as soon as I let her out the other day, he was right under the fence. So of course she got put back in her pen very quickly. I put boards down where he got in, and then I only let her out if I was here. She's since gone out of heat, so I don't have that problem. For a few days, he just was next to her pen. And I don't know his name. I called him Smelly because, male goats, they're kind of disgusting. They pee on their heads to attract the females, and he really stunk. So I called him Smelly. Figured I could call him Smelly Melly if nothing else. I have decided that I am going to be moving Gidget's pen. Since she's not in heat right now, it's not as big a concern. But when I do move her, she's going to be going on the end of this chicken pen. That should give her a nice shaded area, and hopefully it'll give the farm goats less reason to hang around my field. Let's see, Stormy is still doing good. I'm still waiting on him to finish eating. So I'm trying to think if I got much of anything else done this week. I fixed the chicken house. I have a little bit more work to do to the other 2 pens, but unfortunately the batteries for my battery operated tools are about shot. I go ahead and charge them up, and they either don't work or last for like 5-10 seconds. And they don't make those battery packs anymore. They make ones that are similar. I don't know whether or not they'd fit or not. But I have read that you can actually take them apart, that there's just rechargeable batteries in there that you can replace. So I am going to be trying to do that, because if not, I don't know what I'm going to be doing about my tools. Let's see. Hubby is not doing the greatest. Some days he's good, some days he's bad, some days he's in a lot of pain. So I still don't know whether or not the immunotherapy is working or not. That's about it for him. I have been able to get to see my father. I'm trying to go and visit him twice a week. I went to see him on Tuesday, and they're now letting people in. They've opened up the facility. which is good. So when I went to see him on Tuesday, I asked him if he needed me to bring anything. And he says, oh, no, I'm good. If I need anything, I'll have my mother bring it. I didn't say anything about that, and then he changed it to, oh, no, it wouldn't be my mother, it would be my wife. Again, I didn't say anything. We lost Mom. It's been over 2.5 years now. So he's going downhill mentally. He also had a book there of Sudoku puzzles, which he used to do all the time with no problems. He had 2 numbers filled in on an easy one, and one of them was wrong. I managed to talk him semi-through 2 of the easy puzzles, but it was a real struggle. Thursday, when I went to see him, I did something different. They have a piano in the one area. I took a hymn book with me, and actually I took 3 hymn books. They were all the same, and just played hymns for him and anybody else that was interested. I'll be doing that every week, and I'm hoping that the residents will enjoy it. So there were a few people that came through. Some came through at the very end and were thrilled when they realized that I could play the piano. So it'll give them something to look forward to. I now have 5 hens in the 1 pen. These are all 5 hens that I am going to be getting rid of. I am getting a couple eggs from them. I don't know that it's worth it to keep them. Tuesday is when the auction is. I got 2 eggs yesterday. I got 1 egg today. It may be not worth the feed to keep them. I'm going to be determining that. Oh, and when I got here, I had to kill a spotted lanternfly. I've been seeing a lot of them this year. Of course, not as many as other places where they killed dozens and dozens of them in a day. But from only seeing one last year to seeing a bunch this year, it's not something I really wanted to see. I'll have to maybe shoot a video on them. Well, that's about it for me for this week. I've got my stuff here for making my s'mores. So I will talk at you later, and have a nice day.